Hello, hello. Testing, testing.
Hi, guys.
I realised it. Too many people joining for me to keep up by saying hello by typing, so I've unmuted so I can go hello, hello. Now, who did I miss? Granny Sue, Loafing, Deb, Lucy, Wendy. Can you all hear us? We won't hear Tom at the moment because he's not speaking, but loud and clear. Good, good, good. Brilliant. I had a sudden panic when I realised I was eating my tuna on toast and suddenly realised what the time was. But at least I remembered to eat this time. Hey, Rachel.
Yeah. And at least it was the first time you realised how late it was today, wasn't it?
About an hour ago, I said to Tom in Discord, oh, suddenly it's only an hour away. I need to get my skates on. And then, did I say hello? Yeah, I did say hello to Renee. Right, brace yourselves. I'm going to be revealing my visage. At least I turned up. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good thing. Hi, Jackie.
Oh, OBS is disconnected.
Oh, good.
Reconnection. Can you still hear us? Because we got cut off briefly there.
Yeah,
that hasn't touched with. That hasn't happened for ages.
At least it reconnected within a couple of seconds, which is a good sign.
You can still good. Linda's saying she can still hear. Yeah, we're back. So if,
of course, you can't see her still, but that's fine.
Hopefully, that won't happen again. If it does, just bear with us and stay there, and we'll hopefully it'll all just automatically restart like it just did. Yeah,
we changed the setting that we had when this originally happened, which made the whole stream end.
Yes.
And we had to start a second one. So
now we've got
if
it
it's
so
going to
that
come back at all, it'll be right here.
Snoppy. I think I've said hello to everybody that's there. Right, I'm gonna do the big reveal now. Ooh, no jokes about being big review. That's, you see, I saw that coming and I couldn't get it out fast enough. Now I've lost it. I can't see my cursor amongst all the confetti. There we go. Here we go. Brace yourselves. 1, 2, 3, go. Hello.
Round of applause for clicking a button, guys.
Oh, wait a minute. You can't hear that, Tom, can you?
No, but I can imagine it.
Yeah. Because Tom's listening through Discord, so that he can... I'm sharing my screen with him, so if anything goes wrong, he can still troubleshoot for me, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I'm going to be finishing off while I've been I'm still feeling under the weather. And so I've been taking it a bit easy and spending a lot of time sitting on the sofa, which I don't usually. And... so I've been crocheting my cardigan and it's nearly finished. This is the cardigan that I started back in November. So this is a proper WIP. I started it in November when we went to Leeds to meet up with some of our Discord crafting buddies. And I didn't get very far because we were too busy chatting. But, a minute.
Yeah, there was a lot of chatting to do, wasn't there?
There was a lot. Well, that's what we were there for, really. But...
yeah. You can craft anywhere.
I did make this ball. Hang on. Sue, this is the ball that Sue. So Sue 00 Sue. So this is Sue Matthews on YouTube, and she does all kinds of things like this and art and Zentangle, which is art, I suppose, isn't it? She does all kinds of things on her channel, but she showed me how to make these, and she had these boxes of little squares of fabrics cut up ready. And she just said, choose which ones you
Johnny's
like.
Watching, don't worry, there's no glue.
There's no glue. It's all done with pins. There's no glue, no sewing. And I must make time to do some more of these because it was so satisfying. So it's all done on a polystyrene ball. Just love it.
But I have to say, I wouldn't trust Johnny with that many pins.
I was just watching Johnny's latest video just now. Oh dear, he does make me laugh.
We love Johnny, but he sure is clumsy.
He put this beanie hat on that he'd bought in TK Maxx at the end, and it sort of came up to a point. I think maybe you're meant to put the seam the other way and put it down more, and then because what it was doing was coming up to this point like this. And
Nice.
it's a nice hat, but it just reminded me that when I was a kid, at one point someone told me that policemen's heads were pointed underneath their helmets. And I believed it.
Of course you believed it, yeah.
I was so gullible. I was like, in some ways, when I was a kid, I was like,
Things haven't changed.
I was like born middle-aged in some ways, in terms of how much I kind of worried and how hung up I was on certain things. And there were certain things about me that were very much like I was born like an old lady. But in other ways, I was very naive and gullible. Hey, Kathy!
Yeah.
Haven't seen anyone. Kerry! Hello, Kerry!
You Kerry.
Is there anyone else I've missed? I'm having a nose run now, so it's laughing. Right, so this is the cardigan. Oh, I could do let's do a split. Oh, well, that doesn't show you very much, does it? Wait a minute, I'm going to have to open the software to zoom out again. It's taking a minute to open. Oh.
That's much better, yeah.
That's made all the difference. So what I could do is do this instead for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is... I'll tell you what, this thing has been unpicked and started again so many times. I kept, for some reason, it's a very simple pattern. I just kept losing my thread, as it were. So there's the two sleeves.
You were very cross with it on Sunday.
I was. Love the feel of it. It's this... As it's Serdar dual spun chunky, and this was called Mermaid Glow. Love this pattern. I love how that stripes. Love the colours. Just love it. I'm going to wear this. I will wear this with so many things. And it's a little short boxy shaped cardigan, and you crochet there's what's left of the wool. So I had 3 balls like this. It wasn't cheap to make, so these 3 balls cost it was nearly 30 quid. But I've got enough left here to do like a little hat with or something. And all I've got left to do is the rest of the neckband. So I've made the buttonholes down one side. 4 buttonholes there somewhere. And I've just got to crochet up enough to go around the rest of the neckline and stitch it together, and I'm done. Woohoo!
So what do you think the reason's going to be for unpicking it all this time?
Well, even with the button band, I think it's because when I can't just sit and... Obviously, you can't just sit and just focus on your crochet. You end up, you're watching telly or something. I
certainly can't, no.
And I just get engrossed. And at one point last night, I was going great. Back and forth, thought, hang on a minute, something's wrong here. And I realised I'd ended up with... So this is one of the sleeves. I'd ended up partway along doing a rib at the other end as well.
Superb.
What? I think it's because I got distracted. I was watching What We Do in the Shadows. I got distracted. So that's my 2 sleeves. And the back and 2 fronts are done all in one piece. So you start here, increase, work your way around across the back, create the armhole. You don't fasten off at all, you just create the armhole and then carry on and decrease at the end for the last front. But I was about at this point the first time when I realised I'd gone wrong here and had to unpick the whole lot back. In fact...
Yeah, you were not pleased.
No. In fact, both those sleeves were done in like an evening's worth. If I took off the time it took me to unpick and start again.
Yeah.
In which case this would have been...
When it went wrong on Sunday, it was fair enough because you had a fascinating conversationalist to talk to
I
at
had
the
someone
time.
distracting me, an annoying son.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really, the whole thing shouldn't have taken more than 3 evenings, not including the making up. I haven't tried that yet. Oh, that's never my best part. Never the fun part for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've really enjoyed the whole project.
Oh, by the way, talking of What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
I watched the episode you were talking about 10 seconds in. I knew why you were talking about it.
You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Someone with an annoying habit. Yeah. This is, I'll just show you this is all printed off. This is the pattern. Yeah, because he knows how annoying it is. This is the pattern. It was one I bought online and printed off. So the company's
called actual size. That's handy.
So the company's called For the Frills. Just ignore him, everybody. Twilight cardigan. I don't know why it's called Twilight cardigan. Maybe it's because it's something you can put on on a summer evening or an autumn evening. You throw when it gets slightly chilly in the evening. Don't know. But yeah, I'll definitely do it again. And they give you instructions to make it easy to lengthen the body if you don't want it sort of short and boxy like that. Yeah, really lovely. I've definitely enjoyed it. And I've done the pattern so many times now, I know it off by heart. So why I keep going wrong, I don't know.
Oh, by the way, I need to congratulate all of our lovely people in chat.
Oh,
because,
yes. This is going to be sarcastic.
Oh, well, no, it's not going to be sarcastic.
Oh, it's not? Oh.
You're not going to enjoy it, though. But thanks to all of you guys joining in, calling her a hobbit. Oh. YouTube is now giving hobbit-related videos in the related videos section.
And I've never looked for Hobbit-related anything on YouTube. It's obviously seen Hobbit mentioned because apparently their AI that they use does, so whatever I put in description boxes, the transcript of what I'm saying, everything, it's all analysed and it all affects the algorithm and stuff and what they show it, who they show it to and what they show me, and it's a mystery to me how it all works.
Suggested by YouTube was a Hobbit house thing, which was amazing.
It was a lovely house though, I'd totally live in it.
I mean, you would.
So it was appropriate. So I've got to the straightforward bit on this bag now. Thanks everyone for joining
in on that. You're the best.
I've got to the straightforward bit now where I've made all the buttonholes. You can see where the buttonholes are there against the board, and I'm going to carry on going around the edge now. I'll probably now go on for too long. Oh,
I mean,
would you like a sneaky peek at well, it's a video that won't go out till tomorrow, or maybe later. I might put it out later this evening. Yeah, I might put it out this evening. But it's my next embroidery make. Ooh. Nobody else has seen this yet. So it ended up very simple, simpler than I intended it to be. So this was one of the so this is from my Stitch Kit Craft of the Month box. This is another one of those transfers out of this book. I've still got that sat in the front. I probably have. Yeah, there it is. So you get all these transfers. And thank you to, I think it was Granny Sue and someone else told me that you can get an embroidery pen or pencil and draw over the transfers once they've worn out, so you can keep using them again and again.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, obviously you can do your own designs with them as well, so I must get hold of one of those.
You can. Yeah.
So hang on, let me just take out the stuff I've put inside a minute. I'm having a lovely time with this box.
Loads of stuff in there.
Yeah. It's like so many ideas still to try. I must do at least one more this month. Which I think I'm coming down on the side of, everything's sticking to the magnet now. I'm coming down on the side of doing some small pieces that I might, so using the transfers again, I might partially colour with ink tents. But I mean, you could use like Christine, Create and Craft with Christine. She did some colouring that she then embroidered into using all kinds of things. So she tried all kinds of markers, normal coloured pencils, all sorts, and they all work actually. If you're not going to be washing them, you don't have to worry about colour fast, especially. But I know ink tents will be permanent anyway once you've activated them. So I might do that, make some little pieces, embroidery into them and turn them into little special greetings cards.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit short of nice cards now to send to, just to send to like special people who will appreciate it. So yeah, that's my pouch, and I had big plans. I was going to do, I made this out of an old pair of John's jeans, so I wanted to try using the transfers on a darker fabric. So I used the water soluble paper thing that sticks on, Am I making sense? Yeah.
Yeah, as much as ever, anyway.
Yeah. Then I wanted to use some of this gorgeous fabric, which I love, for the inside. And I cut. So this is John's old jeans, and I cut this bit of seam off, and I really fancied the idea of making little handles out of this, because I just think that would look really cute. And then when you opened it out, you know, you could hold it with the handles to open it out. So, but in the end, look, I've got this. Can you see that knuckles all swollen up? It's not as bad as it was. It was all red and really swollen last night, and I think it was from stitching through the denim. I had to rein it in the end because I was just making my setting off me arthritic joints. So, but what I had planned to do, and I'm going to do another one because I like the idea, is to do another way of doing like a box bottom. So I would just, where I've stitched that up there, I would just turn this up like that on both sides.
Hi Danielle, hi Jan.
Hi Danielle, hi Jan, hi Jan, hi little sparrow. So yeah, so it would box the bottom out, so not like a kind of hidden box bottom like I did in my big bag, but just like this, just deliberately, you know, just make a decorative thing of it, maybe put a button there, and then when you open it up, it will sit up like a box, which I thought would be really cute.
Very handy.
Yeah, yeah. And I actually, the first time ever I've tried putting one of these magnetic things in, much easier than I thought it was going to be, so that was fun. Yes, I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to do another one.
Yeah, my bag has those fasteners. They're great until one of the things disappears and it just doesn't close anymore.
Oh, well, I've got plenty of spares, look, because I've got all these.
Well.
So if you've got one like that, I could do it for you. It's ever so easy. But I couldn't do that in the end with this one, partly because of the sore finger and partly because I didn't, you know, when you make things up as you go along. So at the beginning of this project, I had planned for it to be flat. So if I box the bottom, then my cut once is going to disappear. So yeah, so I should be doing another one.
Twice.
Yeah, well, it was ironic because they was like just hacking the material up, tearing it and stuff, and I'm ironically using a but hey ho. So that'll go out later today or tomorrow, that one. And then I've still got I think I'll do the cards. I like the idea of doing the cards, and I could do with stocking up with some special cards. Only special people get those.
Of course.
They don't go to people who are just going to throw them in the bin.
You better not give one to me then.
Now,
actually, I won't throw it in the bin. I'll just leave it somewhere and forget that it exists.
Yeah, that's true.
And then a year from now, I'll go in the bin.
Yeah. At least one of my missing needles turned up. So I started off with 5. I've now got 4. Despite having 2 needle holders in the box. Right, so I thought this would be ideal because I can keep up with the chat whilst just doing this, but I bet you anything I'll end up unpicking it again. It feels so lovely, this wool. And because it's chunky, it does crochet up really fast. The only trouble is when you do need to unpick it, as I've found out to my cost several times, it felts itself together so it doesn't unpick very easily.
Yeah. Less lovely the second time round. Yeah,
exactly.
But that'll be nice for the garment, you know.
Yeah.
Once it's all done, having it kind of felt itself a bit will be convenient, I guess.
Yeah. Remains to be seen how it will wash up, but it certainly feels lovely at the moment. Thank you, Jan. I love that lining too. I can't remember who sent me that batch of fabric that had that print in, but I love it. I've got several pieces of it, and it went nice with the colours of the threads, I thought, as well. So hey Tracy,
you've had so many people very generously give you loads of stuff, haven't you? Yeah. Unless I like stuck a label to every piece of fabric, I'm never going to remember who gave me what now. Do you know, a lot of us have been really poorly, Tracy, and me included. Yeah. Been a bit AWOL just lately, or I've been dipping in and out, but not as kind of active as usual, you know. I just, you just can't sometimes. You just got to give yourself time to get better, haven't you? So you
You still got plenty of time if you want to join in with the art swap, Tracy Ann. It doesn't finish till the 31st of March. And what some of us are doing...
mental health, that's been my problem recently.
Yeah.
Well, it's been my problem for 40 years, but, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, mine too for 40 years. That's a coincidence.
Cheeky little orbit.
Comes and goes, but it goes back longer than that, that's for sure. Can't blame you for that one.
No. I can blame you, though.
You can. You can try it.
If genetics were your fault.
Yeah. Yes. It does tend to run in families a bit, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whether that's nature or nurture or a bit of both, I don't know. It's a big question. We ought to have we had a big question last week, got us all chatting, didn't we? We ought to have one this week. Oops.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah. What can we talk about this time?
So last time it was what do you remember doing that we don't do anymore? And we had all sorts of things coming up, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then who was it brought up the question about? Oh, I can't remember now. Who was that? Who brought up the question about can you learn to be artistic and creative? That was an interesting question. So we got very philosophical last week.
Yeah. Doing all kinds of thinking and stuff.
Yeah, all this, waxing lyrical.
As always, guys, if you're working on stuff, we'd love to see what you're doing in the live stream follow along room on the Discord.
Yes, we'll pop in and have a look at that in a minute. So show us some pictures of whatever you're up to, or your cat or your dog. We always like to see, or whatever you're eating or drinking. Yeah. Anything goes.
More cat than dog, because you know,
it's like
dogs are, as you guys know, objectively worse than cats.
He says it every time. He's just trying to wind you up.
Dogs are still cool, but
yeah,
just not as good as
just
cats.
Not as cool for cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good song.
Yeah. It is nice though, because it's almost like then we're sat around some giant international crafting table.
Yeah.
We're going to show each other what we're eating, what we're drinking, and the cat sat on our laps. Hey Martha, how are you?
Jackie's suggestion of misheard lyrics is a good one.
Misheard lyrics. I'm got one. No, I don't get
Suggestion
that.
for things to talk about.
Oh,
misheard lyrics.
Misheard lyrics, yeah. They're quite hard to think of off the top of your head, aren't they, though? Although there's so many of them.
I like Stereophonics' Have a Nice Day, where at one point, fairly early on, it sounds like lie around all day, have a drink of cheese.
Yeah.
Which is perhaps the least refreshing drink I can think of.
Yeah.
You would be lying around all day after that.
Hey, Rhonda. Oh, you got poorly thumb, Martha. I've got poor finger. Actually, it doesn't look much now, even if I put it next to the other one, but I still can't bend it, which is a bit frustrating for things like sewing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I've just done that wrong. You see, it's so easy to use your rhythm.
Yeah.
So every other row's got to be just slip stitch. And then the next one's a half double crochet. UK terms. The pattern was in UK terms, which is nice not having to keep translating the whole time for a change.
Chrissy Ann didn't understand what the theme means.
Fairy tales, fables and folklore. Just anything inspired by fairy tales, fables and folklore. I mean, what's your favourite fairy tales or your favourite stories, childhood stories? Or it could be things like fables and folklore would also include, so there's things like Aesop's fables, like the Lion and the Mouse, or folklore could also include even things like the Abominable Snowman, or Father Christmas. Sorry if that's a spoiler for anyone. Or the Tooth Fairy. They would all be fables or folklore as well. Yeah, I think that, anything like that could come into it. I think as we're sort of so worldwide, I'm hoping we'll see some interesting, customs from other countries as well, or, kind of other countries' versions of the stories that we know, I
wish we had more Germans in, because some of their stuff is pretty dark.
Yeah. I will have to check that out, although Peter Kay kind of annoys me a bit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but you would enjoy... In fact, I think I already made you watch
I would enjoy,
Absurd Lyrics thing.
Yeah.
It's quite funny, that one.
Drop bears. Drop bears in Australia.
You not heard about drop bears?
No.
No, you'll have to look that up.
Oh, is this one I've got to write down?
Yeah.
Ow. I can't even put it in the top of my pen hurts. Oh,
well, then leave the top off so you don't have to...
Oh, the pen will dry up. Can't do that.
Sounds like a you problem. Yeah, one of my least favourite things about Peter Kay is that he seems to be very well known for that garlic bread thing.
Oh.
You see people falling about laughing at it. He's just saying the word garlic bread over and over again in an incredulous tone. It's like, what's wrong with garlic bread? It's an excellent concept. To me, that wears a bit thin quite quickly. I'm funny about... I laugh at things that, I've got an odd sense of humour, perhaps. Yeah. She mostly laughs at other people's misfortune. Do not. She laughs at children falling over. I hate anything like that. The funniest thing for her is a little old person on their own having a heart attack. She loves that. She's awful. I'm just trying to understand it. Target campers. Who targets campers? Drop bears. Oh, that's what I've got to look at. Drop bears. I'm going to be looking that up as soon as we finish. Naughty step for you, Tom. I'm not the one laughing at people falling over. You are. I would suggest, though, Tracy Ann, just pop a post in the art swap room, because not everybody will be watching. Not everybody who would maybe like to swap is going to be watching this live. And some people do watch the lives back, but not everybody. Yeah. They're quite long to watch back, so. But also remember that what a lot of people are doing this time is not doing a physical swap, but they're just showing photos of creations they've made inspired by that theme and sharing photos in Discord and the Facebook group. So do that instead. Or as well as... Yeah, you don't have to do the swap to join in. No, it doesn't have to be a physical swap. And I think maybe I'm going to suggest that as an alternative approach for the next Stitchery swap as well. For people... Where people can, maybe do one larger project or whatever, rather than lots of little squares, and but inspired by the theme, which isn't public yet. Ooh. Hey, Sylvia. I'm losing myself. Hey, Sylvia. Yeah. But, you might, rather than make a lot of squares to swap with other people, if you don't want to do that, or you're worried about things going astray or not getting as many back as you sent out, you could just make something like a scroll or a big collage piece or something like that, or a little fabric book or whatever, inspired by that same theme. Yeah, and that is an important thing to cover, the worrying about not getting as many back as you sent out thing. That's why I brought it up. It will always be a risk. Yeah, that's why I brought it up, because it did come up in the Facebook group, a couple of posts in the Facebook group. A couple of people are a bit disappointed that one square didn't come back or whatever. I just think you can't do the swaps without accepting that could happen, and I don't want the overall feeling of positivity, celebration, and the whole kind of joyful experience of a swap to be spoiled by
a couple of people being disappointed because they had a couple of squares missing. Do you know what I mean? Because things sometimes, and I don't want to, there was some suggestion that other groups have kind of named and shamed people who've kind of reneged on there, and I do
in
not
my opinion,
want
a terrible idea.
Yeah, I do not want to go down that road. We're not that kind of group. The vast,
and you never know what someone's going through.
Exactly. There's I can't
very
see.
likely to be a good reason.
It's not like you're not sending anybody anything of huge value. It is of huge value because we've made it and everything, but you're not sending someone a. You know, the swaps used to be a huge thing at one point. I don't know if it still is, but people would swap things like kind of cosmetics and stuff, like all kinds of things where they had actual kind of monetary value, and there was quite a lot of bad feeling over some people sending crap back in return, kind of thing. It's not like that, is it? I mean, I can't see that many people would deliberately set out to promise to swap just so they could get a lot of swaps in and not send anything out in return.
Because lovely though all your work is, guys, it's not like anyone's got a vast amount to gain by trying to hoard other people's squares. So
I just think it's only happened because either sadly something unfortunate has happened, there's been illness or some kind of calamity, or sometimes I think people bite off more than they can chew, and then they feel embarrassed to say anything. And if we start naming and shaming, it's going to make that worse, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, there are a couple of people that let me down, if you like, early on. I tried contacting, they just went quiet. I just assumed that they'd changed their minds. I was a bit upset because I wanted to know that the square I'd sent them had reached them. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about getting one in return, to be honest. So I never found out if their squares reached them or not. That upset me a little bit. And I did jot down the names at the time and think, well, I probably won't swap with them again. That's up to the individual, isn't it? It's not something I'm going to name and shame publicly in the Facebook group. And if anybody does start doing anything like that, I'll be deleting them. You know, that's not the feeling of it. It can be disappointing, but that's not what it's about.
Yeah, also, if people make too much of a fuss about it, we have a lovely team of moderators who will...
who quickly kind of...
be all over dealing with that.
Oh, did you miss it, Martha? I'll show you. I'm following this pattern. It's by For the Frills. I bought it online and you just print it off. It's been a lovely pattern to follow. I lost track several times and unpicked it, but it's very simple, actually. And, hang on... I'm just finishing the button band, so this is my cardigan now. I've got all the pieces ready, and this yarn is gorgeous. I can save the label so I could show you. Feels lovely. The only downside so far is that it felts itself together really quickly. So when you have to unpick, it could be a bit of a bugger. And although that's got a 6.5mm crochet hook, I'm doing this with a 9 according to the pattern, and you can see how it and it's such a simple pattern, this, but I love the texture. I can't decide which is you just do it. It's all in what we call half double crochets, which should be half trebles, I think, for America, and you just alternate. Basically it's alternating, so it's all half doubles. It's all half double crochets. No, hang on. We get it right. All half double crochets. It's all half double crochets, but you go into the front loop, back loop, front loop, back loop, and that's what creates the pattern. Yeah. No, I'm just questioning myself now, thinking, have I been doing half double crochets all the way through? Have I been doing half... I don't even know now. Anyway, it seems to have worked. The sizes come out right.
Yeah.
I didn't even look the stitch up. I just saw it and did it without looking up to see if I was doing it right. So, anyways, the size seems fine. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's gorgeous. The colours are lovely. This colourway was called Mermaid Glow. I think the lady in the shop told me it was new last year, that colour. It's really nice. Feels lovely. Hey, Danielle. I don't think anyone joins your swaps without wanting to make in return.
Yeah, so anyone who would value the squares, either art or
would want
stick
to make
squat,
them,
would
yes,
be interested in doing it. Otherwise, it would have no interest to them.
I don't think they'd be interested, would they? So I think it's always it's unintentional. There are different reasons why
the
people
intent
might.
is clearly to participate.
But Sylvia, like me, has done big numbers of swaps. So out of my first time, I did 45. I ended up getting about 60 back because some people sent me 2. This last time I swapped 30, or I sent out 30. Only one didn't arrive. The lady did contact me and say she'd sent it out and offered to send another one, but I said, oh no, don't worry. But a couple of people sent me 2 tags. I did tags this time, so I still ended up with more than. And I just think I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't let that if I'd had, you know, I was supposed to be doing 10 swaps and I got 9 gorgeous squares from people and 1 didn't turn up. I wouldn't call that a disappointment. I wouldn't let that spoil the pleasure of the swap for me. And I think if people feel like that is going to spoil it for them, they should think twice about doing it. So in that case, it might be better to think, okay, I'll join in with the general thing. I'll do a project which I'll just create for myself and I'll show pictures of it. Or the other thing is just to swap with people that you know you've had contact with before. Yeah. And so you know that they're not going to renege.
It's also important to give people until slightly after the deadline.
Yeah,
as well.
God, yeah. So, it can suddenly turn up weeks later.
Quick, great, but
yeah. It's a 3-month deadline, and some people like me aren't posting out the last lot until just right on the last day. I've done that twice. So Kerry is saying, oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Right. First and second art swap, I've had one time when I've not received a swap back and I've replaced art squares if they got lost. It doesn't bother me. Things happen. You can't let that spoil the fun of it for you. You know.
Yeah, Tracy Ann has got a perfectly valid reason for not having sent things.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You've got stuff going on. It's perfectly acceptable. You don't need to feel bad. I
think if you possibly can, let people know. Just do a post or let me know and I'll pass it on.
Yeah.
But I know that sometimes with whether physical or mental health issues, you can't always even do that. Things happen, and
yeah.
Oh, you keep losing connection. I hope it's just you. Is that happening to anyone else other than Sylvia? Or did we freeze again and I didn't even notice?
Your quality thing has been staying okay. You got the 0 dropped frames and so on, so theoretically it shouldn't be a problem on our end. Okay. Yeah, no one else is. Thank you, Danielle. That's clarified that for me. I didn't even think of it before until I came to just say it out loud, and I thought, hang on a minute. The squares were 10 centimetre, Gina, and last time we also did the option of 5 by 10 centimetre tags, which the vast majority did this time. Yeah. Another thing not to worry about
Sylvia,
with the swaps.
I think it's you.
Yeah. Another thing not to worry about with the swaps is a lot of people worry that their stuff isn't going to be as good as what they've received from someone else. It's not about the quality. It's about the fact that you've taken some time and made something for another person. Yeah, you're doing it for the love of doing it, for sharing. It's sharing this hobby that we all love, whatever stage we're at, and whatever whatever kind of techniques and things we like using. It all, it's a very personal thing. Sharing a bit of yourself with someone else. Yeah, I think that's why it's so moving. Every time I open one, I find it so emotional because it is a little part of someone's held that in their hands and made it for you, and it's very them. That's why I always used to joke about the messy backsides. That's the only thing I missed with the tags. You didn't get to see the messy backsides. Yeah, no one is receiving a lovely handmade item from someone and thinking, oh, that's not very good. I sent out something better than that.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah.
And if any of you do get a message from someone saying something like that, saying your tag wasn't good enough or something, let us know.
Yeah, we're banning.
Yeah.
That's not the idea.
That is not the kind of attitude we want in this community.
No.
Judging other people. That's not great.
Generally, that's so not what we're, But I do think, like with the Facebook group, it's huge now. It's well over 3,000 people now. So, like where in Discord, there's only 500 of us. It still sounds a lot, but not all of those people are hugely active either. But you feel like you know everybody. In Facebook group, you can't possibly. People are coming in from all kinds of. They get referred from all sorts of different places, and
some of them never heard of you.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it started off just being. I literally started that group as a way for my YouTube viewers at the time, which was like under 1,000 at the time, to show me what they were doing. That's all I did it for, and it really started taking off when the first swap happened. But now people are joining for the swaps who've never seen, have no idea, who have never seen one of my videos.
Yeah. They come in thinking, oh, who's this arty-farty Annie person? She's a bit up herself, walking around like she owns the place.
Bossing everyone around. Yeah. Yeah. Lofty loafing.
Ew.
Yeah, it is. It is so emotional. It's like every time you'd think. Now I've done 3 swaps. I did sit out one of them. You would think it would have got old by now, but it never does. It still gets me at some point every time I open another parcel. It gets to me. I say parcel, envelope. Yeah. I do sometimes worry a little bit about. I hope everybody doesn't mind me. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here and sort of brainstorming these things that come to me in the middle of the night. But I do worry a little bit about all the extras that people put in. It's so lovely to get those extras. It really is. But I never put any in, so I feel bad that I don't. And it's partly because I'm sending out so many. It's the time it takes to put. I can barely get the squares together in time, or tags together to send out in time.
Yeah.
So putting a little parcel of goodies together is like, and also it's the cost of postage, especially when you're going overseas. If you can send them as a, as like you would send a card here, second class within the UK, is it still under £1 for that? Whereas if you send them to America, it's like you're talking about £2 or £3 if it goes a little bit thicker than 5 mil. And if you were sending a little package of things, you'd be talking 5-10 quid just to send. And I can't do that 30 times, obviously, or 45 times. And I do worry a little bit that some people might be a bit, when they see other things being posted with lots of extra goodies, that maybe they think, oh, I've got to do that as well, or that there's an expectation, and I don't want it to get like some of the big swaps that I've seen where people are. It's lovely if it's an extra bonus and a lovely surprise, but not if you're expecting it. I don't want people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Managing expectations. I'm just rambling here because these are things that come to me in the middle of the night when I can't sleep.
We don't want that kind of expectation to put people off joining in because I won't be able to do that.
Yeah. Or anybody feeling disappointed if they send out some lovely extras and they don't get them back. Like for me, I worry that people are disappointed because I just literally sent a tag in a card. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll just be happy to get something
Lucy's
from a famous person. Famously hobbity.
Yeah. It is nice to get a little note, Tracy Ann. I think that is nice. A little bit of a note about. I think it's nice to if people have followed the theme, because the themes, when I suggest them, are always just suggested, just optional. But if people have followed the theme, it's nice to read a little bit about what their thinking was, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I've done, this is meant to be fairy lights because that represents celebration for me, was one of mine, you know. Yeah.
But if someone chooses a fairy tale that was important to them as a child, a little note about why.
That would be sweet, yeah. That's really, that makes it extra personal. Yeah.
Not required, but nice.
Jen is just, that's it, Jen. I think it's lovely to do it, and I wouldn't want to stop people doing it, because I think if they're sent out of love and wanting to share, like you say, that's coming from a good place. And I certainly appreciate very much all of the I mean, I got sent some lovely little extras, not so little sometimes, and and people just love to share what they've got. It is sharing the love, and it sounds like such a corny thing to say, but it is true. Yeah. I've just realised I've changed how I'm doing this part way through again. Never mind, I'm not even going to worry.
Apologies if there's any background noise while I'm talking for the next few minutes. The scrap metal guy's outside shouting.
Scrap metal! Scrap metal!
Any old shutting up.
I can't hear it from here.
No. I'm having to choose when I press the push to talk thing carefully.
The 100 year it might be the way my whips go. 100-year project. The 100-day project, Martha, I've seen a couple of people posting things about that in the Facebook group, but I haven't even seen what it is. I daren't look at any more projects at the moment. So what's that all about then, the 100-day project? Yeah. Nice to send you stuff as you oh. Yeah, and I always do love it, and all of those things that people have sent me are in my little treasures. They're either things that I use all the time, or they're on my shelves behind me where I can see them all the time. Backbone. Yeah, what is the 100-day thing?
We could do a live stream follow along view in a minute. Well, there's a few things.
All right, okie dokie. Oh, let's just mention something we were saying about maybe doing a thing on Friday just to see if anybody would be interested.
Yeah.
You say about that. People are sick of my voice, I'm sure.
Hold on.
Oh, you're waiting for the ragbone to go.
Yeah. So we were thinking of doing a little bit of gaming content potentially.
Yeah.
Not specifically just to laugh at a hobbit being bad at a game. But
all kinds of games, not shooty games.
Yeah, it won't be shooty stuff. We did play that Unravelled game that someone suggested.
Yes, that's what made me think of it. Who was it who suggested that?
I don't remember.
Oh, it might have been Rain, who I don't think is here.
They normally show up about an hour later for their own stream thing. Yeah,
I got a feeling it might have been them that suggested it.
No, it was Catherine.
Oh, right. Catherine is here.
Very good game.
Yes.
Yeah, very good game. Not to your taste in terms of skill level.
Well, no, it's only because I have a problem, especially because we're trying to do it with keyboard. I haven't got a gamey controller. And I don't know if I'd be any better if I did have, to be honest, but having to do it on the keyboard and doing all the... So the keyboard's over here, the screen's over there, and I'm having to do... When you have to do a lot of the jump and grabs, I couldn't do it. I had to keep passing it back to Tom. It's so frustrating. But what a beautiful game. I just loved it to look at. I loved the music. I loved it, although the music, being how long I got to get through each level, did get a bit... But that's only because I took so long.
Well, yeah, I did... in a very kind way, say that they weren't expecting the music to be listened to for such long periods.
Yeah. But very beautiful background and everything. Loved the idea of it. Loved the puzzle solving part of it. All that kind of thing. A Little to the Left was another one we really enjoyed, wasn't it?
Yes, and there's some more content for that now. And also Escape Simulator was quite good.
I'm just quickly looking before I forget to say, because I'm seeing it in capital letters, Martha saying, Jats, that's a great idea. And that's the hearts too. And I went quiet on that. And I'm going to have to do a reveal just for us chickens now, because it's not many people watch these other than the people who are here. Hang on. Is that what she's talking about? Make something art for 100 days starting in Feb. That'd be a good one to get you going, Tracy Ann. So Jackie's just saying about the idea of just sending hearts out to people, not as a swap, but just for the love of it. Yeah. And as Martha says, I love that idea. But I'm going to say now, I'm going to do a reveal about the optional twist for the upcoming next swap. Because otherwise, if people get going on hearts, it's not going to work. They'll have already done it. I see someone saying, hello, Tony.
I think that's meant to be Tori.
Oh, it's Tori there. I didn't see Tori either.
Yeah.
Hey, Tori. Hey. So I was brainstorming some ideas with some of my channel members. Did a little poll to help me decide on the theme and the optional twist for the next swap. And I won't be generally kind of revealing it until March, but then it's not that long till March now, is it? So I'm going to give you a little preview, everybody that's in here. Good job I asked, because out of the different options I've been toying with, the ones I'd have gone for would have been the least popular. So it's a good job I asked. So in the end, what we settled on is the theme, the optional theme this time is going to be nature. And the optional twist is going to be heart shapes. So you could do heart shapes but ignore nature. You could do heart shapes but with a nature theme. You could do nature but not do heart shapes. You could do heart shapes padded or flat, or appliqued onto a square, still do a square with a heart shape on it, or a tag with a heart shape on it. So it will
you could combine the two and do a realistic looking heart.
With a tag on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it would be quite fun to say that you could bring in this time other things, like it would be fun to felt hearts and stitch into them. A lot of people do felting and then stitch in anyway. But yeah, I just think if you go padded, you've got to bear in mind postage. So, but yeah, so that's hey, there's Rain.
Oh, Rain, we were just talking about your stream.
Heart-shaped leaves, there you go. So yeah, what I'm going to do is throw the theme and the twist out there. People can still do squares or tags if they prefer, and then each person can just talk to their individual swapsters and decide between them what they're going to go for. So yeah, I just think there are so many different. I'm just going to grab a couple of things. I will remember to put my headphones on, so don't talk about it, Tom.
She's so very small and hobbity. She can't hear a word I'm saying because she's too tiny. That's actually the bottom shelf she's reaching up for there. You wouldn't think it, but that's pretty much at floor level. Don't tell her I said that.
Headphones going on.
Oh, hi. So, you didn't miss anything.
So I've just grabbed these from, I said my treasures are always there. So this was from Deb. This little gorgeous pin cushion, which I keep up with all my slow stitched fabric books and things there, which I love. So, you could even do things like that, but obviously that's going to cost more to post. But they could be a lot less padded. So this was from my friend Amanda that I used to do crafting sessions with, in-person crafting sessions with years ago. So this isn't quite so padded. I mean, that would go as a large letter actually. And that's so simple. It's just the fabric stitched around and stuffed, isn't it? And then there are these which Mary and I met up with. We both went to the Bazaaar event in the summer, and as we were parting company, she passed me this little bag, and look what's inside. And these are little felt hearts, all different colours and things.
You're currently covering most of them with the...
whoops, there you go.
There we go.
Which you could string together, or I just like them in the little bag. So, and I could provide a template, or I could say, take the 10 centimetre square that you would have done, cut it in, fold it in half and cut the heart shape out of that, make it that size. But my inclination is to say any size or shape of heart, as wonky as you like. They could be strung together into banners, they could be tucked into a little fabric book, you could string them vertically and hang them up like, danglers. You could just hang individual ones off of, just on a keyring thing like that, as little charms off your craft bags, things like that. Yeah. So that is that's what we've got planned, which I wasn't going to reveal just yet. For the hang on, it's number 5, isn't it? Yeah, great big little stitchery swap number 5, which will be starting on the 1st of April. Yeah. Hey, Susan. Well, do you know, Martha, you say that, do they have to be sewn? I wonder, what does everybody think? Do we throw it open and say it doesn't have to be stitched? It could be... Personally, I'd be happy to collect a little bookful or whatever of, do you know, if I don't know if you've seen on the Facebook group now, who was it? Well, I can't remember names today. No, it's gone. It's gone. But anyway, in the Facebook group, she's been... I can see her face, I can see her profile picture, her name's gone. She's been making these hearts partly out of paper, part fabric. She said there was like crinkly baking parchment in there, and then scraps of ribbon and all sorts, and she's stitched together and things and made these lovely hearts, really fun. I'd be happy to swap things like that. I don't know what everybody thinks. Does it have to be stitched, or do we open it out to say... Yeah, I mean, you could crochet them, you could knit them, you could felt them. Yeah.
Oh, and
felt and glue. Yeah.
Yeah. Chendash, I don't know if you're suggesting that we play Civ 7 as a game on a Friday stream. I don't think that would be to her taste. Also, from the reviews I've read, Civ 7 is not going to be to my taste. It sounds like they've kind of ruined it.
Oh,
but
I can't
we could
see
play
that.
earlier
I'm
games in
behind.
the series. No, you're in front. It was just a while ago.
Oh.
I think it's while you were headphones off.
That would work, Martha, wouldn't it? And that way we could all send you hearts, and you've already got hearts to send out if you don't mind parting with them.
Well,
yeah. Should we make it different this time then? What does everybody think? How would that go down? Is that going to confuse people who just want to do a stitchery swap? I mean, they can still make it. That's the thing. I've never wanted to be too prescriptive about this. I think it's nice to leave it open for people to sort of make it what they want, really. Yeah.
The swaps are a nice way to make use of things where, you enjoyed doing the process and now you're left with a beautiful thing you've made, but you got nowhere to display it.
Yeah, but then that's the same when you get the ones back. But that's what I like, making little books, or I might make a little box for hearts this time. Make another project out of that. You need to put it in the art swap room, I think, Tracy Ann. That's where people will be going looking who are up for doing the swap. I think that might be... Yeah. I think maybe that would be... I think that would be fun, because then it would open it to more people as well, wouldn't it? Somebody was asking what was I crocheting. I'm going to show it again. This is all my pieces I've done. I'm crocheting a cardigan.
And you've just crocheted them the once, yeah?
No. And that's the finished cardigan. I think it's just going to be so useful. This will go with a lot of things I wear. And it would just go with like denim and plain white t-shirt as well, wouldn't it? So Yeah, and I've just got the rest of the button band to do, and then putting it together, which is a bit I always hate. Yeah.
I think you need to take a moment to do a Discord peek.
And oh yes, I'll do that. And I'm already thinking, if I had a whole load of mixed media hearts, I can imagine the sort of little book or box or whatever I could make to display them as well. I think that'd be fun. It would open it to a lot more people. And lots of people like me, I'm sure many of us, we like mixing things. So painting on fabric and then stitching into it. And there's another thing. I won't forget about Discord.
She's going to forget, guys.
This is another thing. I mean, obviously this isn't a heart. This was my take on a self-portrait, and I was following along with some kind of class at the time. But the idea was that this is canvas underneath, or calico. It started as calico, which you painted on, and then stitched into. So you could do hearts like that, couldn't you? Where you just got some basic stitching around the outside. But most of it is painted. Oh, I'm quite taken with that idea, because to be honest, I have loved everything about the swaps, but we've done it a few times now, haven't we? So it is nice to bring the changes. Right, Discord.
Yeah. So you were wrong, guys. She didn't forget
to put my headphones on. It wasn't them, it was you, wasn't it? Hey, Frizzy Bee.
No, I'd never suggest that you'd forget things.
So Frizzy Bee and KoolKookyKreatures and Lovecraftwithkatherine and anyone else that I'm forgetting about, or they're linked in the they're linked in the description box. And if they're not,
Grassing me right up.
I can add them later if I've forgotten anyone. But hey, Mandy. Well, watch out for announcements. Then I'll do a video one and some posts in Discord and the Facebook group. Sort of early to mid March. Just have a little bit more of a think about. These things are itching me now. A little bit more of a think about the theme, but I think there seems to be a popular idea with the people that are here anyway. You could do, like those little raggy monsters that Tori and Jackie have been doing with the rag rugging. You could do them as a heart, couldn't you? Again, postage though, but you'd have to do fewer people, I think, or just stick to your own country maybe. Sorry, what are you going to say?
I was going to say the whole snitches get stitches threat doesn't work in this group, because you guys love receiving stitches.
We love getting stitches. Look, heart's there. Right, okay, I need to go into Discord to... Wait a minute. Let's go up here. Well, I'm missing loads. Right, that's where we left off last time. Oh, look. Those colours are gorgeous, Danielle. Look at that. Yum. I like the background. Now, that background looks very like some of the things you get in a Bazaaar pack.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I love that combination. The felt against that kind of fanciful background, which I think she's slow stitched into as well. The spirals and things are slow stitched in. And then the layers on the top and then stitching into it. Lovely. I love it. Right up my street. Oh, look at this. Now, Hexies, that was one of my ideas for the swap, which wasn't as popular as it was with me. Upside down, that is. So love to stitch, love to sew, love my Hexies all in a row. Oh, I love that. Oh. So, Jan, would you be interested in, because I thought about doing a little side swap, just with the very few people that would have liked to have done Hexies. Would you like me to write your name down to add to the list for a potential Hexie swap as a separate issue? It's not going to be imminently because I've got too many other things I've committed to at the moment, but a little bit later in the year. I think it'd be quite fun to do. It was the art Hexies that got us going on that, which I think it was Wendy suggested them. Oh, yeah, I think you're right, Jen. I think we'll go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, Monster High. I think there's a lot of scope in it. I think we'll go for it. Right, I'm gonna jot you on the Jan B. I'm gonna jot you on my list on my Trello board, Janet. It'll be a little while before, but I will come back to. I've written everybody down that was interested.
Will you go in Trello?
Oh, Sylvia, I think it's you. Right. Hey, Vivid Dreams. Right, I'm gonna just go back into Discord now and finish looking here. No, I'm not.
I'm going to do the opposite of that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's from a kit. It's a nice kit. It's very sort of individual looking. I totally assumed you'd done that, made that up from your own scraps and things.
Mm.
Brilliant. Love that. I do love that quote. So all of the designs and everything are all included in the kit, and the fabrics. I love kits. Doesn't matter how much stuff I've got. I love a kit. Even making up a kit for myself. Granny Sue's prepping squares for a curtain for the kitchen door. Courtesy of Kate at the Last Homely House. She's doing a lot of, nice. Like many of us. I know Tori was saying the same thing. We're all looking at our WIPs, using what we've got, finishing things up that we've started. Beautiful. Love those colours. So how are they going to... Are you going to be...
It's broken everything.
Are you going to be hand stitching all them together?
It sounds like a lot of
Kate
work.
did a curtain for her not shed. What does she call it? She's got like a summer house thing, hasn't she? Maybe she does call it the shed. Look at this.
It's very cute.
Belly rub.
Almost as good as a cat.
Almost. Yeah. Oh, look
quite.
at that. Wendy. I looked at... Oh my God, look. Showing me up.
Yeah.
You must be a fast worker, Wendy. I'm so impressed. So Wendy got a stitch kit box. So she got a different book of templates from me. And have you got that other picture that you did, the first one that you did on the calico as well, Wendy? I'm so impressed with it. She did it like that, It takes me ages. And this is the second piece she's done. So yeah, she got a different set of colours of threads for me, a different book of templates as well. But I think she had the calico bag in there and some of the other things that I'd got. But yeah, so same but different. Love these designs, love those colours. And they look really nice against the dark fabric. Beautiful. Oh, see, we're talking about hearts. It's in the air. Is it because it's Valentine's Day on Thursday? I like that when you do the colourful background and then doodle and fill in with black and just let the colours peek through. I always love that effect because it always surprises you what comes out, doesn't it? I've done that in a few different kind of art classes and things. Gorgeous. Hey! Catherine went nuts and had... That was you, wasn't it, Catherine? Yeah, it was. Answering my own question. She had all of her... the whole of the colouring book. If anybody wants to get hold of this Arty Fartist Community Colouring Collection, there's 13 of us all got together and contributed various numbers of pages to this. There's 48 pages altogether. And the link for it, it's a free download. The link for it is in my description box below this video. It just takes you to Gumroad. You just need to make sure you put 0 in the box to make sure you get it for nothing.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a problem. Even if you've not used Gumroad before, don't be put off because loads of people have downloaded it. So, yeah. What colour to use for Tom's face? the same colour as that cracker down there, I reckon. That would work, yeah. Give him pink cheeks. Yeah, so she had them all printed on card and then properly bound. So, yeah, that's going to be lovely.
Fancy.
Yeah. Look at these. Gorgeous. See, people could do things like that, couldn't they, for a swap? I think it'd be really fun. And I'm thinking I'd like to do something like I did with that doll, do painted calico and stitch into it. I really quite fancy that. I'd keep them relatively flat, I think, so at least they'd go large letter. So do you hide them all over the place? Who do you hide them for? So,
as Jan is pointing out, quite importantly, Valentine's is on Friday, not Thursday.
Oh, yes. It's the 12th today.
In case you're making anyone panic.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice. What are they made with? Tori? That looks like gold flakes, or not gold flakes, metallic flakes over the top. Alcohol ink. What are the bases made of? Is it clay? I'm curious to know how you've done that. Are you going to do it in a video? So Sue's taking the hearts to the local community cafe. You do a lot for them, don't you? Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, I'd be well chuffed if I'd be rooting around the place looking for one. Hearts are definitely in
like
the air.
A little womble.
Oh, when's Jane's birthday?
Tomorrow.
Happy birthday for tomorrow!
And Granny Sue also gave us an answer about stitching the curtainy thing, I think.
All right, hang on, let me go back up. Little Sparrow, like the idea of Hexies. Well, maybe try the heart swap then, Little Sparrow. Try that first. The Hexies won't be happening till later in the year, but I'm going to put you on the list. And I'll come back to you. I don't want to be swapping too many of them. But Wendy showed, I think she had a dozen that she ended up putting in a box frame that she got back from her when she did the art Hexie swap. And they look lovely all framed like that. Really nice. And I think that would be as many as I'd want to do. Hand stitching smaller squares on, then you cut out the backing fabric between the stitches. It looks like staying. Oh, yes. Yes, I have seen that. Oh, I can't wait to see how that works out, Sue. Oh, you know, some of you lot really need to do YouTube channels so you can show me what you're doing. I'm saying that to Paul of Rages. She's gone and done it, so...
Well, yeah.
They're going to look amazing. I would say I'd like to do them for my craft room, but I always have to pull the curtains in here, so you'd never see them. No. Not the hearts list. This is a list of a Hexies list, Sylvia. I think I already have you on it, don't I? The hearts is going to be the general swap, so that'll be from the 1st of April. The Hexies I'm keeping a separate list because most people that I asked kind of went, oh no, it's a bit too precise or a bit too fussy or whatever, and they wouldn't really want to do it for the swap, so it has been done in a video. Oh, I've missed it. Okay.
It's ceramic hearts with alcohol ink and foil.
Brilliant. Oh, lovely. So if anybody else wants to see that, Tori's channel is linked in the description box. Oh, that's the one that the first one that Wendy did. So with her stitch kit box. How gorgeous is that? Love it. And she just did that on plain calico, I think she said. Just as a practice one.
You can certainly try posting the link in here, Sue. Although if Martha did post the link, she was asking if she could post earlier. It didn't show up, so it's possible YouTube is stopping links from showing up.
Oh, yes, maybe it automatically does that. What you could do is put it in the live stream follow along at least.
Yeah.
We could maybe put it in the Facebook group later for people that aren't in the Discord. Yeah, I think I'd already put you on the Hexie list, Sylvia, because you were one of the people that said you would quite fancy it. So that is amazing, and you did that so fast.
Yeah, if Martha did post that link, then it didn't show up. So YouTube
for the
is
100-day
blocking
project,
them, which makes sense. But
so really, it's just making a promise to yourself to do something creative every day for 100 days. You just choose what it's going to be, and yeah, I probably don't need to challenge myself to do that because I do that anyway. I think I would have to give myself a specific project, I suppose. You know, one thing I'd like to, because I keep saying I didn't get into and then I fall away again, is Zentangle. So I could tell myself I'm going to do a tangle a day for 100 days. That could work, couldn't it? Yeah. Discord should let you... you
can definitely put links in Discord.
In Discord, yeah, for sure. Put it in the live stream, follow along, or that's probably the best place. Yeah. Oh, it is there. Okay. Well, your embroidery bag's in the craft section. Hang on a minute. I'll go into the craft section. No. I'm in. It's confusing. So it's the craft show and tell, Sylvia, is it, where you put it? Oh, look. Oh, I'm way behind here. Look, I've got loads to catch up on. There's so much. Seriously, what a lot of embroidery bag. When did you put it, Sylvia? Look at this. Oh. Yay! Oh, that is so pretty, Rachel. I love these little knitted dollies.
Yeah.
Is this it, Sylvia? Caution, stabbing tools inside. Oh, I love that. We need to make one of them for Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh. Right, have I looked at everything here?
Probably not.
I wondered just for a brief second. I did wonder there. Blossom's pony.
Yeah.
You're showing them bit by bit. I cannot wait to see these all put together. This is like all little teasers, aren't they? Oh. Secret peek at Valentine's card.
Secrets.
Oh, look, these are the hexes. So it's, I remember 12. It's 9. Don't they look lovely? So these are what they called art hexes. So is she called Emma? It's not. Is it Emma Jones, Wendy? I can't remember. She was hosting it here in this country, and I think it started in Germany. This art hexes swap, and but they do it differently from with our swap. I don't collate any addresses and stuff like that. I just basically provide the platform for people to find each other and swap and give the ideas. But with this one, you actually sent your hexes in to, I think it's Emma Jones, who's got a YouTube channel, and you send them in with stamped addressed envelopes, and she basically sends you back, fills your envelopes with hexes from other people and sends them back. So these are all the ones that Wendy got. That is a lot of work for one person to do, though. I don't know how many people were involved, but if I was doing that for the hundreds of squares that have gone back and forth in that Facebook group, I think I'd be all year just doing that. But look at these, how beautiful. And these are 1-inch hexes, so that is 1 inch. Each of the sides is 1 inch, I believe. When they say 1-inch hexie, that's what it means. So, I mean, yes, that is quite small, but I quite like working on small things, so I would enjoy this. And this person's really showing off, and you've got tiny little, like 1/4-inch hexies inside the big hexie. Yeah, look how much people have fitted onto that tiny space, and they're just kind of lightly padded. Yeah, really nice. But a couple of ideas came up for those of us who would be up for the Hexie swap. Like Paula was showing how she made a bowl out of Hexies that kind of collapses down, but comes up and makes this little bowl shape, which is quite fun. And you could stitch them into quilts and things, I suppose, as well. But I quite like the idea of displaying them like this, and then if they're not absolutely accurate, it's not going to matter anyway, is it? So, yeah. Hexies reminded me of inches, yeah. Inches and twinches, yeah. Doesn't work so well with centimetres, does it?
No.
Yeah. So that was 4 people's Hexies. Oh, Sylvia, do you just swap with yourself? What's Helen saying? Yes. Off subject. Favourite pens, markers for writing on mixed media or journals? For anyone. So what does everybody think? What are your favourite pens and markers for writing on mixed media and or journals? I would say one of my very, very favourites. I'm going to come out of Discord now because... Well, no, we haven't quite seen. I'll come back to that when we've finished looking. Hey, Zoe! I miss Zoe. I like the... I've got a stack of them here. Right. The Signo, the Uniball Signo Broad. Is that showing, Tom? I've got Discord up in front of my camera.
I couldn't possibly tell you because you got Discord up in front of
you. Oh, yes, because you can only see what... I'll show it in a minute. And Posca paint pens. Well, any kind of paint pens, but Posca are reliable, aren't they? That sounds like a good idea, Andrea. So this is what Andrea's done here. For the first 100-day project, I reached day 40 before giving up. For the second, I factored in my health, and that's well worth doing. Yeah, be realistic. And instead of collage squares, I chose labelled colour swatches of all my colours and made 100. Yay! That looks lovely, doesn't it? Just like that, actually. I'd frame that.
Yeah.
Love this. This little collage here. Yeah, there's that link. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. I'll have to check that out. I do watch Kate when I can't. I tell you what, I can't keep up with all the YouTube I want to watch at the moment.
Yeah. She's doing too much lounging about, not doing anything. She hasn't got time.
I've been feeling a bit sorry for myself recently, I have to say. Oh, that's
Lazy.
Lovely, Tracy. Hide it. Show it to us again next Christmas. We'll have forgotten by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Signo Broads. Stabilo all, yes, they're good. I also love artist pit pens. I think they're Faber-Castell. I'm going to come out of Discord a minute now. Yeah, Faber-Castell pit pens. They're like Indian ink, and so you can put them over pretty much anything really. And they're permanent, but if you're really quick and wet them really quickly, you can smudge them. Yeah, I used to use them a lot when I did a lot of mixed media. And they go over all kinds of other things, so... it's different to that, yeah. I will check that out later. Thanks, Sue. Perfect journaling. I've never heard of that. Lamy Safari. Oh. What did I say I was going to come back to? Oh, the pen. We've said about that. Let's see what anybody else is saying about the pen. Oh, Zoe, you could do the swap with us now. Because we're going to do hearts and we're going to make them mixed media as well as stitching. So watch this space.
And Zoe is, after all, a artist. So.
I watched you using those Artex paint markers. They looked really good. Are you still using them now? Because the one thing I wondered about was how long will they last as well. So I have had some pens that seem good to start with, and I thought, oh, that's bloody good value. And then I've gone to use them again and they're pretty much gone.
Yeah.
And wasn't it the Artex ones where you didn't even have to activate them, did you? Because they're brush pens. Obviously, you wouldn't be going boop, boop, boop with them anyway.
That would be a disaster, yeah.
Yeah. So they come all ready to go, whereas normally with paint pens, it can take you blimmin' ages to get them activated, can't it? Hey, Purple Poppy.
I've seen a trend of people going off Poscas recently.
Ah.
Don't know what that's about.
Well, they have.
There seems to be more and more people complaining about them.
I've never had any actual complaints about them myself. I do think they're very, very expensive. I've noticed in art shops, so the one in Norwich and the one that we went to in Ely that I went to with Claire, they don't have the Poscas out anymore. They've got them locked behind a counter. Apparently they have loads of problems with them being pinched. Kids coming in and pinching them for graffiti, maybe.
Graffiti,
yeah. So yeah, you can't just pick them up off the counter like all the other kind of pens. Yeah, sign of the times.
Children ruining things for everyone as always.
Yeah. I'm behind with. When
You're
does
always behind.
Purple Poppy saying about 100 days again? When does that actually start officially? I mean, you could start it any time, can't you? I guess, but I've never heard of these lamies. Winsor & Newton watercolour brush pens. Oh yeah, those Molotov ones are good, aren't they?
Yeah. I got you one of their chrome ones, didn't I?
Yeah, the chrome one. Oh, lovely. It really looks like chrome if you put it on a smooth surface.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you just do them on paper, they just look like any old silver pen, but
they're still pretty good.
If it's on something smooth,
Yeah. But if it's on something where you've perhaps put a Mod Podge or something over the top first, you've got a smooth surface. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually quite good for miniatures and things as well.
Yes, a lot of people making car models and so on use it for
just those tiny
chrome bits.
Yeah. I'm finding this is twisting up. Is that something stupid I'm doing? Expert knitters and crocheters. Why does it keep doing this? I thought it was just
because you're twisting the yarn.
I thought it was just the part that I'd unpicked so many times. But it's not. This is coming straight out of the ball new now, so I don't know why it's doing it. It's annoying.
You need to dangle the entire ball from the yarn and let it unravel it. Well, not unravel, but untwist itself.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that is how you stop it from doing that.
Well, I know I would do that with like thread on a needle or something, but I'm not doing it with a whole ball of yarn.
Well, then put up with it.
I do like the idea that they can be refilled. I think Posca need to do that as well, don't they? You can with Poscas, though. You can pull out the nib and put it back in, and use the other side of the nib, can't you? Which is quite good.
Nice.
I think that's Poscas you can do that with. Got some there. I could try it a minute. Oh, I feel quite excited about the idea of expanding the hearts thing out. So I should call it something different, shouldn't I? It can't be the great big little stitchery swap anymore.
No.
And I can't call it a mixed media swap because that'll put the stitches off.
What about great big little tat swap?
Arty farty hearty swap. Stop calling it tat. We don't have any tat in our rooms. Yeah, the arty farty hearty party. Can I ask any knitters? Carol is saying, can I ask any knitters? I need to block the jumper. What do you all block it on? I'll tell you what I got for blocking, Carol, although I'm not an expert, but this worked really well for my shawl. I got, hang on. Oh. I got this, which is meant to be a gym mat that you slot together. And the reason it's nice is that I can make this. So if I was just doing blocking squares, I could just use one. But I can clip it together long ways if I'm doing something long like a scarf, or as a big square. I put them all in together into the biggest square I could make when I was doing my shawl. That was really cheap on Amazon. It was like, I don't know, under a tenner for this pack. So I thought that was it. And I also got a set of the T-pins, and they go into it really nicely. It's also quite handy for doing things like macrame. It's just the dense, dense-ish foam stuff. So that worked Very well for me.
And Sylvia's suggesting that you do it the other way around and dangle the crochet from the ball of yarn to untwist it. Which, great idea as long as you make sure, the stitch doesn't...
Yeah. If I took the hook out...
Question is she tall enough to dangle it?
No. I've just realised I'm not. Oh, no, it's unravelling. No, that's not going to work. I've just unravelled what I've done.
That's what I was suggesting, doing the ball instead.
I think Arty Farty Hearties would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids block playmats. I think it's the same kind of thing, Rain, as that. It's it's definitely cheaper than if you buy it as a blocking set. It's the same as I use. Have I got one handy? Yeah, I use this, which is a chopping board. I got 2 of these for under £5, and it makes because of the texture. It's just the same as those expensive kind of Derwent or whoever palettes that they make that you can scribble. Hang on. So this is Inktense. You scribble your pencil on there and then activate with water, and you've got a little pool of paint. If you buy that as a palette for pencils like that, it's quite expensive. It's like, I don't know, 15 quid for one half this size, whereas this 2 for £5. I need to wipe that off. Put it there, I do it.
And no, Zoe, I'm sure no one in here would be muggy enough to have bought one of the expensive ones. And they could have just bought a chopping board, right?
There might be some people in here who maybe got one as part of a lovely Inktense prize.
I think the only kind of people we have in here would win a set of 100-odd Inktense pencils and then never use them. That seems,
Oh, is that what it is, Linda? It's because I turn my work the same way. I've never realised that. I've never noticed it before. I've never noticed it being a problem. How else would I turn it? I'm being thick now.
You can turn it either way.
So I keep going like this, but what you're saying is I could go like that. Is that right? Is that what you mean? So when I come to the end of my row, I normally go like that. So what you're saying is I could go like that every other time. Is that what you mean?
It's still rotated 180 degrees, isn't it? Just need to alternate which direction you turn it.
Yeah.
I'll never remember.
I'll never remember. I think I just have to put up with the twisting. It's annoying, and I've never noticed it before, but I don't usually use chunky wool, so maybe I just don't notice. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I accidentally just keep turning it different ways. I'm not sure.
Oh, good. There's several people who have bought the expensive chopping board. Palette.
Yeah. They do last for, that's why I don't mind it being plastic, because it will just last. Well, it'll outlast me, I'm sure. That texture's not going to wear off with a bit of coloured pencil on it.
And to be fair, the expensive palette thing is probably a more sensible size and shape.
I don't know. I quite like having that big space. I've got a huge range of colours, and I do tend to use a lot of colours in one sitting. So I quite like having that scope. It does need to be, because you get those chopping boards in all kinds of colours. It does need to be a white one, otherwise the colour's confusing. I think, and they are harder to find the white ones.
They don't all have quite the right texture on them, but most of them do tend to have that slightly rough.
That one's got a slightly smoother texture on one side.
Yeah.
Which I could use for something else, I guess. But, yeah, it's so handy, because I do that a lot with my Inktense. Want to be able to turn it into paint, basically.
Yeah, it is a very manageable size to keep unused on your trolley. This is true. See, £8.50 isn't too bad. I mean, it's not great compared to, because you get the ones which are smaller than that you've got, you can get them for like £2 for £1 or something. If you're
just have a look when you're in. Every time you're in the pound shop or whatever, have a look. Sometimes they have them. Yeah. Yes, I am using from the middle of the ball. That's right, isn't it? Isn't that what I meant to do?
I thought that's what you were meant to do.
Yeah. I see that head pat, Deb. I see it and I'm ignoring it.
See, as it happens, I didn't notice it until you pointed it out now.
Yeah, but you're not in the room,
I remember for Friday.
You're not in the room. Yeah, see,
normally
toys
I wouldn't have patted your head on Friday at all, but now that these guys have requested it, I'll have to.
Tori's like me, she likes the big space, because Tori would have all the colours out, wouldn't you? Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got that. I originally bought the 72 set when I had got it on special offer, and I've added a few extra colours to it since.
Exactly. These guys have paid for these head packs. You can't deny them that.
Oh, I'm glad that we get your creative cogs turning, Laurie. Yeah, they're good with the Neocolour 2s as well, aren't they? And watercolour pencils and ink. Yeah. Anything where you need that texture to get some of the pigment off. Yeah. And what am I doing now? It's a good job this is relatively mindless. Because
so's the streamer.
Yeah. So yeah, we might have a go at playing some of these little, what I call these quirky little games. I love that. I was going to call it Ravelry again. What is it called? Unravelled.
Yeah.
I love the little
Unravel. I don't remember if it has a D or not.
Yeah. I love the little character, and I'm very tempted to make one out of scrap wool. It's so cute, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And it's a little bit sad when it starts unravelling and
then
guts sort of come out.
And then it has to find some more wool quickly to pad itself out again before it can carry on.
Yeah, it's just a shame that, combination of the confusing controls and some of the timing stuff making you panic.
Yeah, yeah. But at least there's no shooty stuff or anything like that. I like them when they're puzzles. I like when the scenery is beautiful. What was that little one with the little robots called that I really liked?
Oh,
that was beautiful to look at as well. Really enjoyed just looking at it, just wandering about.
Yeah.
So Catherine's saying that I made heaps of the little Unravel character when I first played the game. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Do you know what? I reckon, Tracy, we could do the same quiz again, because I'll have forgotten all the answers by now.
But yeah, the quiz did take a lot of work to put together. So
this year we kind of
us doing another quiz is
it was a bit too long as well. I think most people found it probably a bit too long of anything, but once we started we didn't want to leave out anything we'd come up with, did we?
No.
But really, instead of the quiz this year, we did the colouring book. So Tracy Ann, I don't know if you missed it because you were poorly all around that time, but have you checked out the colouring book, the colouring collection? Because you can still the links in the description box, it's all free to download, so yeah. And there's so many. Have I still got it up here handy? Oh no. I've got this one on the top. This is a toy one. I got it on the top because I want to do a felty version of this one. Trying to find the beginning. So this is like 13 different people in our community contributed a page or several pages. This is the only one I've managed to get around to doing so far. Is this one? This is a Gabby page. So I did that with brush paints and inks for the background, and then a bit of pen work over the top. So it's got some golden pen. But yeah, there's. I don't know if I can manage to make it flick now. This would be you probably enjoyed doing some of these, Tracy Ann, if you haven't checked it out already. That's Rachel,
I'll print off because she's got no printer.
Snoppy. It's an Abgarok puzzle. There's a Tory one. Abgarok again. There's a lot of Abgarok ones. There's Claire.
There's a lot of Abgarok, yeah.
There's Dawn. I think I'm missing some. Abgrok again. Whoops, there's Paula. Whoops, Abgrok. That's me. That would do for the... oh, look, you could just colour that one in for the fairies and fairy tales, fables and folklore one, because that's the princess and the pea. Oh, that'd be a legitimate art if you're colouring it in yourself. There's another Rachel, Arile. There's a Zoe. Oops. And my plan is to, some of these I will just colour in or paint in or whatever, but some of them I'm going to make into, I'm going to do felted pieces or stitched pieces or collages. Just can't make the blink of time at the moment. There's our Sue, the Zentangle teacher, Sue, so she does these gorgeous tangles. Abgarok. These ones, these puzzle ones that you have to choose 3 different colours, fill in all the sections, but you can't have the same colour next to itself. So it's quite fun, actually. There's the Susie Q. I haven't shown this for a while, so people might have missed it. There's another Claire. I like the idea of printing this out several times and making a wreath out of it or something.
Yeah.
Dawn. I've got this printed on thicker than usual paper. I keep thinking I've got 2 sheets together. That's another one of mine. And look what Tom's put on that one. There's another Sue. That's the L one that I've got printed off big. But yeah, that's why I've printed it off a second time, because I'm thinking I'm going to make that in felt and stitch on it. There's a TTK mandala. He's done a few of them.
Yeah.
There's another Susie Q. So that would be lovely as a collage, or a mixed media collage, or stitched collage. It reminds me a bit of Susie Q's stitched collages that she does. That one. That's a fun one. Don't know who inspired that. Dawn. That's my favourite one of Tom's mandalas, Stargazing Pie. And that's another one of mine. Guess what inspired that? I love that one as well. They could definitely be stitched. So many of these could be interpreted as stitched pieces or felted pieces or whatever.
Yeah.
Sculpey clay pieces, you know. Yeah. I've got that all in a tangle now. So all of that, there's 48 pages there. It's free to download. It's just something we did as the sort of Christmas activity this year, really, instead of the quiz, but with a view to it going on throughout the year. I love how Catherine's had hers all printed on nice card and bound. Oh, that shot straight to the back of the shelf.
We'll put it on the list.
White pants, but what are we talking about?
She's suggesting a shart emoji.
Nice.
And yeah, that was very unfortunate timing with Tori's comment about the Nutella and berries.
And the white pants brand stain? No. Oh, look, could change the subject. Yeah, we do have the cat bum. Maybe that could be...
I can't believe...
Go on.
I was saying, I can't believe someone suggested that Tori should do more neutral things.
Really? Who said that? I can't imagine. It wouldn't be Tori, would it? Although, I mean... It's an interesting challenge, isn't it? I'm normally drawn to bright colours and things as well, but actually I do occasionally enjoy the challenge of working neutral, and then perhaps then it's more focusing on shape and form, isn't it, and texture. But it's colour, and I'm sure Tori would say the same thing. It's colour that makes my heart sing, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the unfortunate placement of the comment now. So white pants, brown stain. I'm drooling now. Okay, that's what we're talking about, is it?
I think a combination of that and the shot emoji with Nutella and berries was just Yeah, it could be the same person who objected to the underwear thing.
Yeah. Is it Laurie who's having the... Somebody's saying good luck with the surgery, Laurie. Is it Laurie who's having the surgery and is going off to... Where is it you're going? I've lost it now. Not Thailand. Where is it?
You lost it years ago.
Going? Which is very bad timing.
Oh, don't worry. Everyone's lost with this conversation, Catherine.
Yeah. I don't know what anyone's talking about anymore.
I blame Zoe. She's lowered the tone.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with me putting Artie Sharty Annie on one of those pages. No.
I'm sure we've largely...
It's all Zoe.
The muff emoji was our first one, and that was largely Zoe's fault, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. I don't go acting all innocent now, Zoe. People know you.
Yeah, no one's going to believe it. I get bored doing this now. It's a good job I've got someone to talk to while I do it, because...
Yeah. Actually, Zoe brings up a good point.
What's that?
You're the one who made a muff in the first place. That's when the tone first started being lowered.
That's true, and I did put it in the title of that stream, I suppose. Yeah, okay. I'll take that on the chin. I don't know where
Zoe
I'm picking this up
would
from.
never put anything rude in her title and thumbnails about pens or anything.
No. I'm sorry if I've corrupted your innocence, Zoe.
Yeah.
That's nowhere near too... I'd be awful if I did go on too long. No, it's nowhere near too long yet. Oh, got miles to go yet. Yes.
Dirty. I do love how muff seems to be the most popular emoji a lot of the time.
It is.
And it's also the worst one.
Yeah, we only spent about 30 seconds on that. Yeah, I say we. I spent no time on it at all.
Well, true.
This is so annoying. Look at all the crinks in my yarn. I haven't had this happening all the way through. Don't understand. Oh, of course I do understand why it's happening more now. It's because it's this little thing I'm turning. Yeah. Am I annoyed enough by it that I should fasten off here and start again and just unravel this?
Just put a stitch marker in the current stitch so that it doesn't unravel, and then dangle it and let it untwist.
Okay, I'll try that.
Because you've unravelled enough of this entire project to not need to do it again. It is hilarious how many times she's unravelled it.
It's crazy, because it's not difficult. It's a really easy pattern. I just put it down to my current state of mind, not feeling very well, that I'm just not focusing properly or something. I don't know.
Catherine's suggesting you put a titch marker in. I guess that's like a stitch marker, but for short people.
I'm going to put one of these as well.
I think Zoe also suggested to do a stitch marker type thing ages ago, but we didn't listen.
We just ignored her, didn't we? Because we like ignoring Zoe. Okay, I'll have to stand up to this now.
I'm not going on the naughty step, Catherine. You're the one who called her short. Maybe you didn't, Zoe. It does sound a bit too sensible for you. So.
I can't. I'm not tall enough. Seriously. Oh.
Well, do it a bit at a time and it'll be fine.
Oh, it's not working. I'm getting annoyed with it now. I'm gonna. It's not funny.
Jackie suggested it too. Yeah.
I'm gonna tie it in a big knot, so I got a bit more clearance. Everyone suggested. Everyone thought of it except me, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, it's twizzling. Oh,
don't worry about her being taller than you are. You can still call her short. It's fine.
Everybody else in this group does.
Yeah. Got all these hobbits saying, look at the hobbit. It was fantastic.
My God, there's a lot of it's still unravelling. There's a lot of twisting going on.
Yeah.
Yes, because it didn't occur to me that doing that little narrow piece, I've been turning and turning and turning, haven't I?
Yeah, it's just all turns, isn't it?
Yeah. I never think of logical things like I've been turning the same way every time, though. It just would never, ever have occurred to me.
Apparently not.
No, I don't. I'm not, in real life, I'm not at all short, am I, Jackie?
I mean, I don't know how much it was you paid Johnny to say that you weren't as short as he was expecting, but he didn't say you weren't short.
I think you go on about it so much, he was expecting me to be, like, truly abnormally short, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like there's something wrong with me short, or...
Yeah.
You know. Like I've got no legs or something.
Although, for people familiar with SpongeBob SquarePants, I do like to imagine the Mr. Krabs walking noise every time she's going somewhere.
He doesn't just imagine it, he does it out loud.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Let's
also she gets
continue as we were.
Does the little toddler stomping a foot on the ground thing, which doesn't help her case in the slightest.
Oh, you're not being very nice to me, actually.
No, actually, I'm not.
Let's twist again.
See, the thing is, I'm not tall. I'm like the lower end of average.
It's tall to me.
Well, of course.
Hello, Alison.
Yeah. It's all relative, isn't it?
Oh, that's a good idea. I wish I'd read that before I started doing that. Spear the ball with a long knitting needle and the weight makes the ball turn and untwist quicker. Excellent tip.
I will never stop it.
You say stop it and then you laugh. You see? You're just making it worse.
It's just like when you tell me that I'm not funny while laughing. So...
That's annoying, that is. Yeah, see, I get it with a sewing needle all the time, and it's a simple matter to just kind of hold it up and let it unravel. But with a dirty great ball of yarn and a great big long piece like this, it's not so easy. Anyway, it's done now. I'm going to try and remember to turn different ways each time, but I don't know if I will manage that or not.
She's basically plankton.
Yes. I mean, no.
No, actually.
Actually.
And I'm Patrick.
Oh, I've just done that wrong now. Oh, see? What is it with my head at the moment? Pete's sake.
You don't want me to answer that?
So, from expert knitters and crocheters, should I put this together before I block it, or am I supposed to block the pieces and then stitch it together?
I'd assumed you stitch it together first.
Yeah. But it's
But
only
then
just...
I'm not an expert.
I've only blocked things like squares, blankets, shawls before, so I've never actually blocked a cardigan.
What would be the Tom equivalent of the head pat?
A punch in the beard.
I mean, if it's just something that annoys a person, don't worry, she does that all the time anyway.
Stitch first, block entire cardi. Okay. That's what I'll do then. Plankton can be cute too.
We're talking about a specific character called Plankton in the cartoon as well, by the way.
Oh,
he's very, very small. Stitch together and block seems to be what everyone's agreeing on.
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was interested that with the socks, the instructions, well, on the pattern I had anyway, the socks, what you had to do was stitch the socks together, and then you put them under a damp tea towel and just leave them to dry. And that really did, like, take out the kink. You know, made it all sit nicely. So I was surprised how well that worked. I just left it overnight.
Nice.
Chuck Norris fisted Tom's beard.
I mean, it would have to be an uppercut, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yep, stitch and block. That seems to be the general consensus then. Yeah. I did find when I did my shawl, and that was from a stitch kit box as well, it definitely looked way better for blocking. It just it flattened it all out nicely. It evened everything out. It just showed up the pattern. It just looked 10 times better for blocking. Definitely.
Nice.
And I'm doing one of those Janie Crow blankets. That's another WIP I'll have to get to. It's these big hexagonal pieces, and then there's some squares and some triangles. And you stitch them all together into this beautiful, colourful blanket. A friend bought it for me as a kit. It's about 3 years ago now. That's been on and off in progress for about 3 years, at least 2. And those I'm definitely going to have to block individually before I stitch them together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spray with water, block and leave to dry. What Jackie said. Brill. See, the nice thing about this thing that clips together is, so for my cardigan I can arrange it in the shape of the cardigan, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I can have extra pieces out there for the sleeves.
Yeah, you have to have one giant thing big enough for all of it at once.
Exactly.
Which will be a bit of a pain.
It has been a useful thing, that.
Yes, I suppose that would be the risk, wouldn't it? If you're blocking them separately, they may change size at different rates.
Yeah, and then they won't
fit
all
together.
Fit together. Whereas if you put them together first, if there are any slight misalignments or whatever, they'll kind of even out a little bit, won't they? I suppose.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to wear that a lot, that cardigan.
I should hope so, after all the effort that's gone into it.
It's got all of the colours that I love in it, and you know that including kind of denim-y blue like that as well. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the colour you're currently wearing features in it to an extent.
Yeah, and it is another colour I love. I didn't knit this one, but it looks sort of sort of hand knitted. It's not. It was a Marks and Sparks job. This was.
Hey, Mr. Schultz.
Hey, Schultz.
Hello. Schultz, what do you think? Should she block all of the pieces of this cardigan separately, or sew them together first and then block it?
Don't throw that out in the minute it arrives.
His input is very valuable on this.
You
should definitely do one of those two.
Yeah, I am, however, going to be doing some room boxes soon, though. So I'll be doing more electronics shorts. So I'll be able to give you nightmares if you watch me doing that.
Put the cardigan through the engine block. Okay, good advice. Jen's in the camp of lightly blocking before stitching.
Oh. So would you then lightly block before stitching and then block again when you stitch it, when you've stitched it up? Interesting. Keep it warm in the winter.
Lightly blocking it can kind of relax and even out the stitches a bit. It might make it easier to stitch the pieces together.
Well, we'll soon see how I get on.
Yeah.
I've just completely forgotten already about twisting this back and forth a different way, but we'll see.
You'll live. You got this far without worrying about it.
Yeah. The weight of the thing now keeps putting it down. I'd still like to see PP's like 50 metres long crochet chain that he did at school. I keep saying to him, send it to me, I'll do the next row for you. Turn it into a scarf. But maybe he's got a sentimental attachment to the ball of chain now that he did when he was at school.
Maybe. Oh, that's a good suggestion. You should do 2 to compare and contrast. Just whip another one up quickly, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I mean, you've essentially done it 4 or 5 times in total anyway.
I have, yeah. I know the pattern really well now.
Yeah, easy.
I'm hoping there might be... Oh, now look what I've done. Taking all that off the other end now.
She's ruined it, guys.
I'm hoping there might be enough left here, I think there will be, to do maybe a hat to go with.
Yeah, matching hat would be good.
I'm not watching the time. Oh, my lord.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, it's time.
Yeah.
My body clock says we've been here for an hour. Blimey.
Body clock's off
Well
its
out.
nut, mate.
Yeah. Thanks for your invaluable
mind.
input there, Shorts. What's the weather like in Sweden? We've compared notes a lot with America and Australia, haven't we? And Canada.
We have.
And New Zealand. Oh, that's nice. Do you wear it a lot?
Can you show us the hat in the live stream follow-along
Yes,
channel?
have you got a picture of it? We would love to see. Just below freezing and sunny-ish. I don't mind it being cold if it's sunny-ish, especially if I can stay indoors.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, well, time has flown. It's time for me to say my goodbyes in it. Well, I think we've come to a good decision about the next swap then. And I think maybe I will just call it Arty Farty Hearties. And people can stitch or mix media or whatever they want to do. See how that goes. And if I still make it optional so that people can just swap stitch, because I think a lot of people haven't had chance to join in with a normal stitchery swap yet and will still want to do that. But they can still do that, can't they?
Yeah.
They just need to make that clear when they're arranging their swaps.
Raina,
we never did what everyone's having for dinner.
No. So, Raina, you another Swede as well?
0 degrees C.
It's literally freezing.
That's a lovely sign off there, Carol. Love you, fart.
Keep on farting.
Heart fart. Hearty farties. Far South Sweden.
Nice.
We had 2 or 3 German people talking to each other in the chat. Was that during the Saturday live last weekend? Oh, I can't remember now. Yeah, we had several German people talking to each other. We got 2 Swedish people in the chat, which is fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Martha, I hope your
always good to see people.
Thumb continues to get better. Laurie, good luck with your surgery. I'm sure it was Laurie who was going somewhere exotic on holiday. I hope that's not going to put the kibosh on that. Tracy Ann, I hope you continue to feel better. And then everybody else who's been struggling with anything, we've all got various things. We're all falling apart at the moment, aren't we? I know I am.
Yeah, a little bit.
I've had a lovely afternoon. Right, okay. Back to the real world now.
Yeah.
I'm going. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
23rd of Feb, we can all start together to make the 100. 23rd of Feb, is that when it starts? I might have too many things going on all at once. Fillet steak, potato wedges and peas. We got macaroni cheese with vegetables in it. Bye.
I've got leftover tacos.
Oh, you need to make me those tacos on Friday. No, maybe not.
No.
Right, I'm going to stop the stream.
She knows how.